Hello everybody, I hope you guys are all well. So time for another requested reading. This time the question is, would you please read on Alexei Navalny, recently moved to a prison in Karp, Russia within the Arctic Circle. What is his condition as you see it, and his prospects for survival? Okay, so let's see, Alexei Navalny. First, let's see what is his condition, what's going on in the present moment with him. Okay, so these are his cards. Yeah, the hermit, like sent to the gulag, the penal colony. It's like a refusal, refusing to accept. He's going through a lot. Let's see the outside. Okay, so the hermit literally means like the imprisonment. He's being isolated, alone. The Four of Cups here, I'm seeing him refusing to accept certain things, and it's also like a refusal to break down, even if he's overwhelmed. Sometimes the Ace of Cups can have this mean like overwhelmed, it's too much. But it's also like he finds satisfaction within himself, in his ideas, his beliefs, the satisfaction that he's doing the right thing, even if it costs him everything. And on this other side, for the external influences, we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Wands. So this like women that have an important role in whatever's going on with Navalny. And from this 10 of Wands here, I'm seeing pressure being put on these people that are in charge to deal with Navalny and to make decisions. Maybe not making decisions, but like respecting the orders that come from, Putin. So there's like pressure put on these people that have to deal with Navalny. They're being so these people could be like the corrupt type of people, because I'm seeing here with this, the coat, it's bigger than this person. So maybe they're not deserving that position, but because they're willing to be corrupt and do as they're told, they get remuneration, they get material gains. So generally what I see from these outside influences is that these people that are in charge with Navalny are being pressured to follow certain directions and rules from above, from Putin. And with Navalny, I see just like a refusal to break down. Even if he's like overwhelmed and everything is too much for him, it's just like a refusal to give up. Okay, so this spread was about the present moment and what's going on with him generally. Now let's ask specifically about the health. What's going on with his health? Is he okay? What can we know? Okay, let's see. These are his cards. Again, the Hermit. So on Navalny's side here, extreme pressure being put on him. It could be that they're doing something, these people that are in charge with Navalny, and kind of like putting some type of pressure that they know it will damage him, his health, his body. They're doing certain things on purpose, and then watch, give it time and watch it happen. But they do it enough just so that they're here safe, so that they can say that it's not our fault, we're not responsible, because this is protection. So these are the cards for the ones that are in charge with Navalny. It could be they're refusing to give him medical treatment for certain things. They're just waiting, letting it happen. It could be some type of illness or something that it's still developing, or it's about to develop, or that they're waiting for something to happen. But he's just refusing, because with the Sun card here, it's like optimism, like he's grabbing, he's holding on to anything, and to not give up. So this is some type of optimism in face of all the negativity, all the heaviness, everything they're throwing at him. His way to cope and to fight is to grab onto that optimistic mind frame or ideals or whatever he's attaching to in his mind. But yeah, so health-wise, it doesn't look good. It looks like some type of disease or something that it's yet developing. He's not getting the right treatment or any treatment. They're refusing, and they're just like watching it happen. Stand back and watching it happen. And so they're kind of just, they're hoping for him to, if not break down mentally, then break down physically. So not good. Health-wise, he's in a very tough position, and they're putting pressure on him on purpose. Okay, so now let's see what are his prospects for survival. So let's see, what can Navalny expect in the future? Of course, as I always say, that the future is not written in stone. There are many variants, but let's just see what we can find out. What is likely to happen in the future? Okay, let's see his cards. Okay, so from these outside influences here, these people that are in charge to deal with Navalny, they have to make certain decisions. They are applying some type of like aggressive force. They're being aggressive. They're being damaging, but it's with certain limitations. They're only allowed to do so much. And for Navalny here, he's battling, he's fighting, he's giving it all his energy. But there's a danger here, because we're seeing the Four Swords here, the coffin. So he's in grave danger in the future, and it could be something that develops fast, or some fast change, rapid. It could be like his health might start to decline rapidly. Of course, as I said, this is not written in stone. It's not like, oh, it will be like this, but it's like it could happen. And even if he does have like a mental strength and this with the magician, and maybe he thinks that whatever he's doing, it's gonna be the catalyst for something, or I don't know what's in his mind. But yeah, he's in danger, and in the future there is a possibility for things to take a turn for the worse. But they're doing it. I'm seeing these people that are inflicting damage on him, but like with limitations. It's like little steps, like the Chinese torture with the water droplets, that kind of thing, to break him down. So yeah, it doesn't look good. So I think he got like 19 years in prison, and he already had 11 more years before that. So they're doing whatever they want. Basically, Russia now is North Korea. At first I thought that Navalny is, this great person that is fighting for the Russians, but then I listened to Ukrainians, and they don't see him as a positive person. He has the same imperialistic mindset. So he's not this knight in shining armor as us see him, as people in the West. Ukrainians know better, know Russians better, so I trust them in their judgments. Personally, I'm done seeing Russians as these helpless victims. There is such a thing as collective responsibility, and I believe that they are responsible for their choices and the situation. So I'm saving my sympathy for their victims, like the Georgians, Syrians, Ukrainians. They've been massacred by Russia. So, I'd rather channel my sympathy there. I heard someone say that Russians, they're addicted to suffering, and that a Russian may survive without bread, but not without suffering. And I think that's true. Throughout their history, they're deeply traumatized people. Maybe that's why they're electing all these maniacs to rule over them, like Stalin, like now Putin. It's kind of like the codependent and the narcissist. They're so traumatized, they're attracted to that malignant, to the malignancy, and to the domination and control of the abuser. So it could be that kind of dynamic there happening in their psychology, in their collective psyche. But it's still like it falls on them to heal and to move on from that toxic pattern. Like even if we are victims, we shouldn't just like play the victim card all the time and just sit and not do anything to get ourselves out of that situation. we have to, in the end, pull ourselves up and make decisions and be responsible for ourselves and take accountability. It doesn't work if you just play the victims and remain in the role of the victim. So this is one thing that I admire about the Jewish people, that they, even though they are being victimized, but they're refusing to see themselves as victims, and that's why they're flourishing. That's why they are where they are, because of this mindset that helps them to move on forward despite all the discrimination, the genocides, and all these horrible things happening. So it's all in the mindset. It's all what you decide to do, how you decide to see things, how you decide to see yourself. Anyway, so this was the reading for today about Navalny. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate all of you. And I will see you guys soon. Take care and have a beautiful day.